Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're putting on our detective hats to crack the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment. Specifically, we're zeroing in on Section A of the Pre-Technical Studies paper. And listen, we're not just going to look at the answers and move on. No, we're actually going to reverse engineer the test itself. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to hunt down the right answers for the first 10 questions of this exam with absolute confidence. Let's get into it.
Here's our map for today's investigation. We'll start by decoding the exam methodology, then sweep right through careers and workshop safety. After that, we'll hit technical drawing and materials, size things up with measuring tools and fire safety, and finally, we'll wrap up by mastering drawing room practice.
Okay, Section 1, Decoding the Pre-Tech Exam. Before we look at a single question, we absolutely need a system. Because let's face it, arbitrary guessing is the enemy of any good test detective. To crack these questions consistently, we're going to use a bulletproof 4-step framework. Step 1, read the question. That's our mission. Step 2, extract the key words. Those are our clues. Step 3, identify the topic or substrand. That's the map, telling us exactly where we are in the syllabus. And Step 4, explain the answer, which is finding the treasure. Once you internalize this process, multiple choice questions become incredibly predictable.
All right, Section 2, Careers and Workshop Safety. This covers questions 1 and 2. Let's put this framework to the test. Here's the first question on the exam. It says, a person who repairs motor vehicles is known as a... Is it A, a repairer, B, a mechanic, C, an engineer, or D, a designer? Read that carefully. What words immediately jump out at you?
Right, so the crucial point is locking onto our clues, which are repairs and motor vehicles. This instantly places us on our map in the Career Opportunities in Pre-Technical Studies substrand. And the treasure? It's definitely B, mechanic. Now, I know repairer sounds super tempting, but mechanic is a highly specific professional terminology for someone trained to service vehicle engines. Case closed.
Let's move on to question 2 and see how this builds. Learners should observe safety measures in a learning environment in order to A, avoid occurrence of accidents, B, improve understanding, C, maintain clean workshop areas, or D, keep the learners healthy. So think about it. Why do we even have safety rules in the first place? Okay, so our clues here are safety measures and observe. Our map is safety in the learning environment. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates the whole core philosophy of a workshop. The foundational goal of all safety protocols, our treasure, is A, avoid occurrence at accidents. Look, cleaning and health are obviously great, but preventing injury to people and preventing damage to equipment, that is always priority number 1. Moving right along to Section 3, Technical Drawing and Materials. We'll be looking at questions 3 and 4 here. Question 3 shows us a picture of a solid, 3-dimensional rectangular block and asks us to identify the type of drawing shown. The options are artistic, technical, freehand sketch, or rectangular block. Take a really good look at the sharp, defined lines of that shape. The clues here are the visual itself, it's a 3D rendering, and the word communication. This points us squarely to the technical drawing map. So the answer is B, technical. You see, this isn't just some quick, rough sketch. It's a very specific 3D isometric representation, and it's used in technical fields to communicate exact shapes and sizes for production. Now, question 4 is a highly practical one. It reads, Halima collected a certain material to use in improvising a basin. Which of the following materials did she collect? A, plastic, B, rubber, C, timber, or D, leather. Think about the actual job a basin has to do. Our clues here are improvising and basin, and our map is non-metallic materials. Well, if you need to hold water, timber is just going to rot and leather is going to soak right through. So the undisputed winner is A, plastic. It's waterproof, it's lightweight, it's durable, and it's easily molded. Literally the perfect material for the job. On to Section 4, Measuring Tools and Fire. This covers questions 5 and 6. Let's shift gears and, well, turn up the heat a little bit. Question 5 asks, a learner wants to measure the external diameter of a pipe. Which of the following tools is the most appropriate to use? A, tape measure, B, steel tape, C, vernier caliper, D, ruler. Keep in mind, we need high precision for this kind of task. So the clues are external diameter and pipe. That drops us right into the measuring tools section of our map. While a standard ruler or tape measure can give you length, measuring the curve of a pipe accurately,
That requires specialized equipment. Our treasure is C, the vernier caliper. It's basically the ultimate tool designed specifically for high-precision internal and external diameters. Now, question 6 brings a little bit of drama. A pile of firewood caught fire in the school kitchen. A cook tried to put out the fire by removing the pieces of burning firewood from the fire. Identify the method of extinguishing fire which the cook used. The options are A, cooling, B, smothering, C, starving, D, interrupting. Let's extract those clues. Removing pieces of burning firewood. This obviously takes us to the fire safety map. To really understand this, you gotta remember the fire triangle. A fire needs 3 things: heat, oxygen, and fuel. Cooling removes the heat with water. Smothering removes the oxygen with a heavy blanket. But by removing the actual wood, the fuel, you are literally taking away the fire's food. So the answer is C, starving. Finally, Section 5, Mastering Drawing Room Practice. We're going to cackle questions 7 through 10 using actual diagrams straight from the exam paper. Now, what's really interesting here is how this tests your knowledge of the workspace itself. We've got a teacher showing learners how to lay out their technical drawing papers. Check out the distance marked P, which goes all the way around the edge. Then look closely at the area marked Q, tucked right down there into the bottom right corner. Let's go ahead and solve both of these mysteries at once. For question 7, our clues are distance P and all around. In drawing layout, that protective boundary space around the edge is D, the margin. And for question 8, the clues are area Q at the bottom right. That specific corner box, that's reserved for essential info like your name, the scale, and the date. So that is B, the title block. Here is our final genuine exam snippet for today's explainer. Question 9 asks for the correct method of dimensioning a circle with a diameter of 10 millimeters, and it gives us 4 visual options. Then question 10 asks us to describe what a scale actually is in technical drawing. All right, let's break these down. For number 9, the key to dimensioning a circle is using the correct standard symbol. The right answer is B, because it properly uses the diameter symbol, that circle with a diagonal line through it, along with a leader line passing straight through the center. For number 10, the big clue is describe scale. A scale is really just a ratio, so the answer is B, the ratio of the dimensions of a drawing to the actual object. It's quite simply the mathematical relationship between your paper and reality. And there you have it. We have successfully cracked the first 10 questions of the Pre-Technical Studies Section A. By reading the mission, extracting the clues, identifying the map, and explaining the treasure, you basically take all this stressful guesswork right out of the exam. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Have you truly mastered this 4-step framework? Try applying it to the next 10 questions on your own. Keep those detective skills sharp, and I'll see you in the next explainer.